Hello everyone, this is Bennyhillz, and we're gonna do a Supreme Vintage Cube draft, but first I just want to have a quick announcement. So I've had a Magic Instagram for a little while. I really haven't been that active lately. I think, my last post was like months ago, but I think Supreme Vintage Cube is a perfect way to get back into this. So this is a deck list from a deck I just trophied with. It was really, really sweet. Double Mystical Tutor, double Tinker, so very, very consistent turn 1 or 2 Tinker for Sundering Titan. And I'm just gonna start posting all of my trophies, my trophy deck lists in this Instagram. So Bennyhillz Benny_Hills MTG with a Z. That should be on the screen. So please follow that if you're interested. I think I'm gonna post not just these, but this will be a big part of it for now at least. And there's some really, really sweet deck lists on there, sweet game states. Yeah, it's a cool thing. So go check that out. I've had it for a while and didn't really use it for much, but I've had it for a while, but haven't really been using it that much, but I'm going to start doing it again. So definitely check that out and give it a follow if you have not already. And now we'll jump into the league. It's so nice that we don't have to wait for that. Okay, so this is interesting. There is a few options. Well, I actually think Leonin Relic Warder is just astoundingly good in this format. So that is a card, but we're not going to take that here. The main ones I'm looking at are Tinker, Breeding Pool, Channel, Commit Memory, and Scalding Tarn. I really like both Tinker and Channel. They're really good ways to just cheat on mana and get something big into play early. Tinker is maybe a little bit more consistent just because it's blue and double green can be rough. So one option would be to lead on Breeding Pool, Channel. And that would be good because we could, find Mystical Tutor and the good blue counter magic and cantrips and stuff. And then play Channel and Eldrazi as a nice win condition. But maybe that is right. But then alternatively, we could just get Tinker. And I do think Channel into a big thing is a stronger play than Tinker into a big thing because the big things are just better. Channel into Emrakul is just better than Tinker into anything. But also, building your game plan around something like Channel is a little bit dicey because if they just have a counterspell or a piece of interaction, then you can get sort of rocked. The most... Or we could just go Breeding Pool, Scalding Tarn, and really set up good mana, and then sort of move from there. I think Tinker is really good, though. Yeah, I kind of think Tinker Scalding Tarn is probably the best play. Yeah, we'll go with that. There's a Mindslaver. There's also a Search for Tomorrow, Narset, Mystical Tutor for Tinker, Tundra. I do like Mindslaver a lot. I think you can do a lot of good things with that in this format. And we do already have the Tinker. Yeah, I really do like Narset, but I actually think this is what we're supposed to take here. Mystical Tutor, Mindslaver. Sorry, Narset. Well, there's an Emrakul if we'd gone for the Channel. Spellseeker can find Mystical Tutor. That's not great. We can take Probe. I definitely want to take the Probe. And then Wormcoil is an okay Tinker target. Brazen Borrower is just a decent card. I think I like taking the Spellseeker here. We're pretty likely to find an Ancestral or Time Walk or something pretty broken like that. And, it can even just Mystical for... There's a world where Tinker ends up being, a really important card that we're building around. And in that case, just, Spellseeker for Mystical for Tinker for Mindslaver or whatever else we get is a solid line. Ooh, Blightsteel Colossus. That's great. There's our Tinker target, now we have 2 elite Tinker targets. And then we could take Flooded Strand, Watery Grave, Miscalc, Control Magic, maybe even Sneak Attack, but I don't think so. I think I'm just going to take the Miscalc here. Yeah, just having the cheap interaction is good. I think Mono Blue isn't necessarily where you want to be in general. The exception being if you have a really strong proactive plan. So we can't really interact with the board that well, and if an opponent just plays a Hull Breacher, then we're pretty shut down if you're for most blue decks. So you need to have ways to interact with the board. But if you're playing a really proactive thing like Tinker for Blightsteel, then you can sort of just be all in on that plan, and I think that's a little bit better. So I'm not as worried about having access to the fixing. Oh man. So definitely taking Mana Drain. And now we need to decide between Sundering Titan, Mindslaver, and Tolarian Academy. We have no cheap artifacts yet, but I think the Academy will become good. But Sundering Titan is a really, really good win condition. But I think we only want one Sundering Titan, and there's a world where we want just like as many Tolarian Academies as possible. And we don't have the artifacts yet, but we're sort of assuming we're going to get them. I mean, we're really building around Tinker, so we sort of need them. I think it's probably better just to go for the 2 mana development plays. If we didn't already have 2 good Tinker targets, that would be different. Okay. Easy mana drain. And then, there's Mind Twist and Teferi, which are both pretty good. And then also Coercive Portal, which is just like fine. I actually think I kind of want to take the Portal here. Yeah, I'll go with that. If we can pick up a few, like, I mean, we really need the Mana Crypt type things, but I'm sort of assuming we'll get there. Although we're halfway through almost, and we haven't yet. So we could take War and Power Stone, Frantic Search here, I think. Frantic Search is good mana generation with Tolarian Academy, and War and Power Stone is pretty bad acceleration, but if we don't have the good acceleration, we do need something. Ooh, okay, now we got a Mana Crypt. That's great. So we can take that. And then, Time Warp, Treachery, Ancestral Vision. Ancestral's a little slow. I think I'm just going to take Treachery. Having access to 1 of this sort of effect is really good. Alright, Daze isn't the best interaction, but it's not bad. So we could take Daze, and is Gush good? Not really. I think I'm going to go Blast Zone and Daze here. Since I think we are going to be mono blue, and Daze and Blast Zone is pretty much free then. Okay, nice. We got a Mox and another Mox. I think we got to just take both Mox in here, since we're so light on this sort of effect, and we really want to be able to enable the Tinker. I love Mana Leak, but we also already do have 4 2-mana counters, so I think we just go with a double Mox in here. Okay, there's an Emrakul. Can't do any Tinker stuff with that, but we can just Mana Drain into it. Sower is pretty weak. Mirari Conjecture is not great. This pack overall is pretty bad for us. We could honestly just take a Porcelain Legionnaire as another cheap artifact. No, I actually think that's correct, as weird as it may look. And then we just go Legionnaire, Emrakul. This is a pretty bad pack, but that's fine. I mean, with a double mana drain, that does make the Emrakul a lot more castable. Okay, a couple cheap artifacts here. We definitely want the Probe. I think we should go Probe Spell Pierce. Just get that interaction. I mean, the Signature may be good, but I think these are better. Nice. Black Lotus is a great pickup. And then there's a Time Spiral. Do we want Time Spiral? I would really like more tutors for this Tinker, or like cantrips or something like that. So obviously taking this. And then maybe just Venser, actually. Or probably Revoker, actually. I think we should take the Revoker. It's good, cheap interaction that also plays with our Tinker Tolarian Academy plan. Yeah, we'll go with that. It's definitely better than Porcelain Legionnaire. Ooh, second Lotus. That is good. And then Remand. Pretty solid. I'm very happy with both of those. Whoa. Okay, well, sort of lagged there a little bit, but we did what we wanted to do. Another Blightsteel. Is that good? Maybe. I wish we could play the Imperial Seal, but we can't really. There is a Show and Tell, which could be good in some matchups. You know, I actually think we're supposed to just take Show and Tell Blightsteel here. And we won't necessarily even main deck this, but it could be real. I guess we could also take. Maybe we should just take Blightsteel, Mana Drain, or Wasteland. Yeah, I think that's better, actually. Wasteland is, again, pretty free, and so I think it's worth it here. Okay, there's a Karn, Azorius Signet. I think we go Signet Karn here. There's also Upheaval, but I don't think we really need to be playing Upheaval here. And, yeah, Karn is definitely good. We can turn one it off of Black Lotus a decent amount, and Azorius Signet just, like, really solid mana. We don't have that many Moxen, unfortunately, which does make... Like, Signet's really good when you can just drop it on turn 1 off of a Mox a lot, which we can't really do. But I still think it's pretty good. Better than Porcelain Legionnaire. Ooh, Time Walk is a great pickup. And then Narset versus Battle Ball. Narset's probably a little bit better. We're a little bit light on card draw, and so I think we should just go with that. Last pack, we got not much. We could take a Stone Coil Serpent. There's a Commit Memory, which is pretty good. We'll definitely take that. And then, does Scalding Tarn do anything good for us here? We don't have Brainstorm or Ponder, unfortunately. So I don't actually think it helps us. And Stone Coil is not bad. It's good. You can just play a huge Stone Coil off of a mana drain and win that way sometimes. So we cut all of these. What do we not want here? I think the Legionnaire is not going to make the cut. We could move the Treachery to the board, potentially. Yeah, I'll start without that. We'll just be more proactive on our plan here. Revoker, I do think is worth it. All these cheap counterspells are good. Maybe Worn Power Stone is a little bit underpowered. Spellseeker can find Time Walk or Mystical Tutor for days, I think, which is worth it. Stone Coil, I think, is good. It's just flexible and a nice tinker option. Maybe we cut the Emrakul. It is really good, though. And we have the Black Lotuses. It's pretty easy to have... Oh, one incentive for a fetch land, I guess, is to enable Emrakul. So we can semi-consistently have instant sorcery, artifact, planeswalker, and maybe land. So Emrakul's looking at being an 8-drop, which is very castable off of mana drain. Signet. Maybe we just cut the Signet here. And then... This does want to be a pretty high land deck. We're playing Mox Diamond, and we have a decent amount of fast mana, but it's mostly Black Lotuses, which are worse for playing... Actually, I guess even Tinker is looking a little dicey. I think it is still playable, but I'm not going to cut any more artifacts. Portal is good to play turn 1 off of the Lotus, so I don't think I want to cut that here. All the cheap stuff we want. Maybe we just cut one of the Blightsteals for now. Yeah, I think that's probably fine. And then we play 13 lands, and then 2 probes, which sort of help us get more. Mox Diamond is awkward with only 13 lands, though. Maybe we just cut the Frantic Search. Yeah, I think that seems fine. And then throw in a bunch of basic islands. Yeah, I think this seems pretty good. We have a pretty strong proactive plan. I wish we had a second Tinker, but we have a lot of 2-mana interaction. We don't have any forces, unfortunately. But I think this will be fine. This will be very play draw dependent, I'm sure. But the 2 Black Lotuses help. Yeah, we'll go with this. So we will submit like this and go for it. I'm excited to see how this deck plays out. I'll see you in round 1. All right, here we are for round 1 against Kurno Jim, and unfortunately we are on the draw. But fortunately, we have an absolutely stellar... Oh, actually, it's really awkward that Blightsteel is in our hand. Man, this is a time when I really wish I had the second Blightsteel. So, we have the Mindslaver. I don't think we have any other Tinker targets. So, that is awkward. Man, I really, really wish we didn't have this Blightsteel in hand. I think we still keep, though. Yeah, I'm going to keep. It's just like, we can do a really fast Mindslaver, which is great in some matchups, and we have turn 1 Miscalc available. The Mox Diamond is awkward. I really wish we could sack the Mox Diamond, but if we had another Blightsteel in our deck, we could literally just have a turn 1 lethal attacker. Well, opponent's doing some stuff over there, that's for sure. And we don't have Jace the Mind Sculptor or any ways to shuffle it in. I mean, we could just go turn 1... Oh, Black Lotus, jeez. We could just go turn 1, get Coercive Portal. It's not, like, broken, but I think that actually is probably what we're supposed to do here. And again, I wish we could sack the mana or the Mox Diamond, but we cannot. I'm going to sack the Mana Crypt over the Black Lotus here, I think. And then just keep this up for Miscalc. Yeah, I don't think getting Mindslaver is worth it here. So, the least broken Tinker on turn 1 ever, but this is an argument in favor of having 2 Blightsteals. That was our last cut, and if we still had that, I mean, turn 1 Blightsteel with Miscalc up would definitely just win the game. So, we'll see. The Portal, I do think turn 1 Portal is really strong. We're definitely favored from this position, but it's obviously not nearly as broken as it would have been. Hole Breacher. All right. Unfortunately, we have to do this. So we have, like, nothing now. We have these cards that are just completely uncastable. We're just banking on the Coercive Portal, drawing us into everything we need. Land. Nice. Okay. I'm not going to play Mox Diamond here. I mean, I guess it does fuel the Emrakul a bit, but that's not really what I'm worried about here. We're just going to shut down their Mox Sapphire. Time Walk. Okay, I mean, that's fine. It doesn't really do that much. Time Walk would be great for us, though, because we would draw an extra card with the Coercive Portal. Karn, okay. That's pretty good. They make a Construct, alright. This Emrakul could have just been a Blightsteel. Man. Oh, although actually, I guess we had that in our opening hand, too, so that wouldn't have actually helped us. I really just think we're going to die to this Karn, to be honest. We're not going to be able to get up to Emrakul mana in time. Unless we draw into Mana Drain and get a good Mana Drain. So I guess that's what we're hoping for now. Probe. I'm actually going to probe for mana here. My life total could be relevant. Ooh, Leovold, okay. Do we want to play the Black Lotus? I don't think so. I think we're just passing here. So right now we have 6 mana, and Emrakul costs 10. So we're definitely a little ways away. If we draw Tolarian Academy, could we do it? Then we could play Academy. It would tap for 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if we draw Island Academy, we could play Hardcast Emrakul this turn, because we would discard the Island to the Mox Diamond, and then it would only cost 9. We're under a decent clock here. We're taking 6. I guess if this dies, that also puts an extra card type in the graveyard, so that's something to be aware of. Oof, the Scarab God. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess we knew about that. So they can get a Hull Breacher back. Yeah, we really need to make something happen like this turn. I'm going to vote Carnage. I don't think they'll fall for it, but it's possible. Oh, Time Walk would be... Probably our best draw would be Time Walk. I mean, I guess, yeah, if we drew Land plus Academy, that'd be great as well, but Time Walk would be very nice. Remand, okay. So we're taking a lot of damage here. If we even cast Emrakul, will it be enough, though? It probably won't be enough. Hopefully they don't make a Hull Breacher. Like, we really need them to cast a spell, and then we can remand it, and then, like, draw in something good from there. If they just spend their turn making a Hull Breacher, we're going to lose. They shocked, okay. Leovold, so we will remand that. They can make a Hull Breacher in response. Oh, they didn't? Okay, that's great. We can Spellseeker for Time Walk if we draw land. I'll give them Plains, I guess. So this is swinging for 11. If we do block... So, wait, have they played... They have played land this turn, so they can't use... If we... Yeah, we need to just take this, actually, because they can use Scarab God if we lose our Phyrexian Revoker, and that would be really bad. Oh, no, do they have a Shinobi? So if they just have nothing, we have a chance. That's his Oracle, just to scry 3, sure. I guess the main reason to play that is to save their Karn. There's a chance we could win if we get an Emrakul off. So we need to draw land here to start. Spell Pierce was a really bad draw. Blast Zone, beautiful. So... do we want to pitch that to the Mox Diamond? I think we do. Although, So the ability of Blast Zone doesn't matter. The only question is, we'll want the Mox Diamond a lot more if we draw 2 lands, which is definitely possible. So, right now, we could go up... If we played Mox Diamond, discard the land, played Black Lotus, we would have access to 8 mana. And this would cost 9. So we would be 1 short. Hmm. I don't want to risk not getting a land into the graveyard, so I think I am just going to cast the Mox Diamond here. Pitch this, play Spellseeker for Time Walk. And now if we can find a land, we can play Emrakul, which might be enough. Okay, there's the land. So we can play Emrakul. That's a start. 5, 6, 10, or not 9. Yeah, 9, but that's enough. Okay, so blue, blue, blue. Anything. So then we pass. Now we really need them to have something that we can take advantage of here. Oh, Memory Jar. That's interesting. I think we're going to cast the Memory Jar and see what we hit, leaving up blue-black. I mean, if they have Channel, that would be great. Wait, I guess we could play Frost Titan. No. Actually, the Frost Titan is just going to kill us here. And there's nothing we can really do about that. I mean, I guess we can plus here. Maybe hit something good. Torrential Gearhulk. We could flashback Ancestral to draw 3 cards for ourselves, but I don't think that's enough. Yeah, so we'll just give them an island and then play the Memory Jar and hope to hit something that can mess them up. Not anything that helps us here. So we can attack and kill off their... Geez, their deck looks really good. Although they are light on counter magic. So if we attack them with everything, we kill off their thing. But then the Frost Titan just wins. So, yeah, we're dead. Frost Titan is really problematic for... And Teferi is too, honestly. This could be a tough matchup. I think I'm just going to run it back like this, though. I mean, Mindslaver doesn't actually seem that good. Maybe we just want 2 Blightseals instead of Mindslaver. Yeah, we'll do that. But then I think this should be all right. Like, we would have easily won that game if we had a second Blightsteel in our deck. So, yeah, if this was our configuration, we would have literally just gotten turn 1 Blightsteel with Miscalc up and won easily. So, that's a... It's not always as easy to pinpoint, like, if I made this one decision differently in deck building, then I would have won the game. But in this case, it's very clear. If we had this configuration, we would have won that game, and instead we lost. This could be a somewhat tough matchup, though. I mean, Teferi is really good against us, and they can get an early Karn. Frost Titan deals with our win conditions very well. Frost Titan is normally not a good card at all, but it is quite good here. I guess Treachery could be good. They do have Teferi, but maybe we do bring in the Treachery and cut, like, maybe just the Emrakul. It's a little expensive. If you cast a 9-drop, you need to win because of that. And we lost that game despite casting Emrakul. I guess one line we could have done instead of cracking the Memory Jar last game would be to cast the Gearhulk and draw ourselves 3 cards and hope to hit Daze. And then we could maybe Daze their thing, but I don't think that's really right. All right, this is a great hand. We can drop turn 1 Karn and then turn 2 Time Walk and then play Narset. And we can even probe to make sure the coast is clear. In normal Vintage Cube, I think Sol Ring is better than Black Lotus. In this format, Black Lotus is the best card, not even close to being close. The pick order is certainly very different. I think Black Lotus is number 1. Mana Crypt is up there, to be honest. I think Mana Crypt is solidly better than Sol Ring in most decks. Force of Will is up there. Thalia is up there. Oh, that hand is very weak. Mana Crypt. So Yeah, we can just play turn 1 Karn plus Time Walk. That's unreal. Do we want to plus Karn or make a construct? Probably make a construct. Yeah, I think we just want to clock them. Now, I want to draw a land. If we don't draw a land, then then I might actually plus Karn to look for a Narset. Mox Diamond, jeez. Okay, I'm going to plus then. Hopefully we get an island. Nice. Island. Narset. Oh my gosh, whiff. You don't see that too often, but still a pretty dominant position. So they played their breeding pool. This is their hand. Yeah, they're so dead. We probably should have just played Mox Diamond and pitched the land there, but it doesn't really matter. So I'll do that this time. Well, we'll start with Narset, I guess. Coercive Portal. Okay. Miscalc has got to be better. Yeah, we'll take the Miscalc. Hit you for 4, and then just pass holding a Miscalc. There's the Underground Sea. And so now we can just make another construct and hit them for 10. I think I'm going to do that. It's like sacrificing the Karn, but I don't think we really need the... Actually, it doesn't change the clock. We might as well just keep the Karn around. Ooh, we're getting a counterspell here. I mean, a daze, so it's not like a true counterspell, but still pretty good. Karn is a house. It just... Such a fast clock. The constructs are huge, and then it's also just a consistent source of card draw, and it's very castable. Karn is honestly up there for best cards. Like, I think pretty much any deck should play it. Like, it's amazing with stuff like Mana Crypt. It's good in an aggressive deck, good in a control deck. Yeah, Karn is probably a top 10 card in this format now that I think about it. Okay, do we want to make any changes here? They have Hole Breacher to shut down the Frantic Surge. It is a little bit better when we're on the draw because the card disadvantage is less important. But I think I'm just going to run it back. Yeah, let's run it back. And in the dark, we're going to name Teferi with Phyrexian Revoker because Blightsteel Colossus is such a big part of our game plan, and Teferi is so good against Blightsteel. Okay, this hand isn't splashy, but I'm going to keep it. Spell Pierce is good, cheap interaction, and I think Treachery could be really good here, especially if we can... and, like, make sure they don't Teferi us. Okay, drawing more land is not good. Colonnade plus Overgrown Tomb. Hole Breacher would be pretty annoying here. Baleful Strix is not too bad. We can just block that with Stone Coil. Although I guess it... Yeah, no, it's not a problem, actually, against really any of our threats. Mana Drain, that's a good one. So if they just play a 4-drop, we could just Mana Drain and then play a 6/6 Stone Coil. Oof. That we actually just let resolve, unfortunately. I mean, we could counter, but I think we want to get the Mana Drain mana. Okay, that I actually am going to counter because it's actually solidly, it's a decent card, but really I just want to be able to get a good Stone Coil down here. So we had 3 mana. Do we want to hold up Spell Pierce? No, I think I'm just going to play a max size Stone Coil. This speeds up the clock by 1 turn. If it was a 5/5, they would get an extra turn. So if they play something we really need to Spell Pierce, that's unfortunate, but I think this is the right play. Yeah, again, actually, with the Stone Coil coming down, the sword really doesn't do that much, but we do want to clock them here, especially since we're pretty far behind. Unlike cards. This has protection from multicolored, so they cannot block with this Baleful Strix. They could play Frost Titan. That would actually be really annoying. It's unfortunate that they had the Mox there. Because we can't Frost... Oh, Gear Hulk. Okay, that's good. That's definitely good. We can Treachery it, but they have a lot of cards. Well, Frost Titan would have been much worse. So they just pass. Flight Seal, jeez. Okay, well, hit for 6. And now they've drawn a million cards, so they're somewhat likely to just Frost Titan us here. But we are representing counter magic. Our counter magic that we have is very bad counter magic, but it could do something. But they might be a little bit wary about just jamming a 6-drop into 4 islands against an opponent with 5 cards in hand. So hopefully they try to get a little tricky and do something else that's a little bit like better against us having another counterspell. Leovold, okay. That's fine. I would love for them to just go for like a Time Twister here. Although, I guess Time Twister with 7 cards is not the best line. So we take this 6. That's fine. They can't block with their Leovold. I actually wouldn't mind drawing a land here because then we could go Treachery plus Hold Up Spell Pierce. Oh, Ancestral Vision. That is so bad. Coercive Portal. Portal doesn't do anything against Leovold. So which would we rather steal? Probably the Leovold. So we'll start by attacking for 6. Looks like they're F6, which is good. I mean, yeah, the Gear Hulk is a reasonable option, but I think I would rather just take the Leovold here and shut down what they're doing. I mean, we do draw them a card here, which is annoying, but we're going to do that either way. Now we get to untap all our lands, and now I guess we might as well just play the Portal since we do get to draw cards from it. So as of now, they're going to have to chump block with their Gear Hulk. They also can't block the Stone Coil with the Colonnade. The protection from multicolored is really good in this format because a lot of the best creatures are multicolored. That does not work, so they just wasted a mana there, which is really important when we have a Spell Pierce in hand, actually. The opponent's deck is cool. I like it a lot. Some, like, Sword of Body Mind is a little sketchy, but just, like, Leovold, Baleful Strix stuff is cool. I mean, I guess Frost Titan's also a little dicey, but there's some cards I'm not a fan of. But that's sort of what's going to happen when you spend picks on lands. Like, you sort of have to play every card you can. Okay, that can block the Gear Hulk, or the Stone Coil, unfortunately. And we cannot Spell Pierce it, so that's sort of bad. They can double block with... Oh, another library. They can double block with these 2 to kill the Stone Coil. So I sort of regret not taking the Gear Hulk now. Oh, what? That's a very aggressive attack. I think I'm just going to take the 6 here. Time Walk. Nice. Yeah, now now they just die, I think. Yeah, they're dead. They were really banking that resolving. Unless they, yeah, actually, I can't think of anything they could have here. Well, if there was anything, then that takes it away. So we attack. This has Trample, so they can max prevent 5 damage and die exactly. So that attack, if they weren't playing Time Walk, I mean, yeah, clearly they shouldn't attack them. They do need to pressure us, so with the Time Walk, their line was certainly good, but they were not playing around the old Spell Pierce. So, a little bit close there, but we did manage to take down game 1. I think we should just have 2 Blightsteals in the deck, honestly. Emrakul is good, but we already have Mindslaver for that effect, and I really want to avoid that situation we ran into in game 1. So I'll make that change, and with that, we will go on to round 2. See you there. All right, here we are for round 2 against Slay It With Roses. Cool name. And, yeah, we should ship this. If this was an island, it's close because we have 3 draws to hit a second land with the Probe. And, maybe I should keep this, actually. Did the opponent keep? They did keep. No, we can't keep this. We also have no fast mana. Yeah, this hand is way better. So we'll keep this, put back. Spellseeker can get Time Walk. It's definitely either Spellseeker or Probe. One of the probes. I think I'll put back a Probe. I think Spellseeker for Time Walk is good enough that it's worth keeping it here. And so then on turn 1, we'll have 5 mana, so we are a little shy of being able to play Narset plus Spellseeker. Ancestral, okay. Mana Drain, so we'll probe them first. So they have Narset of their own that they can play this turn. Their hand is good. Their deck looks very similar to ours. I think we do just go for the Black Lotus, though. It is our only blue source, which is a little bit annoying. Mana Drain, Mindslaver. I think I'm going to take the Mindslaver since we already have a Mana Drain. And then I'm actually just going to cycle this Miscalc, as awkward as that is. I really want to get blue mana. Mox Diamond, jeez. Well, this Blast Zone is really punishing us right now. It's possible we should just not be playing it. So opponent will probably just go Island Narset. They could actually play Trinket Mage to pressure our Narset, which would be not a bad line. I think if I were them, I probably would still just play the Narset, though. I mean, I don't know their hand or their deck, but yeah, because we don't have any Time Twister effects, but this start definitely looks like one that would have a Time Twister. Mana Crypt, okay. Remand. So, I mean, we can't play anything. That actually is very annoying. Yeah, that sucks. We just pass back. We could have played Mana Crypt to level up the Blast Zone, I guess. Maybe that would have been a good line. But now we're just dead. They have so much counter magic, and they have a huge mana advantage. Yeah, we're very dead here. Interesting. Mountain. So they're just going to discard? Okay. Jeez. So this is the Nightmare scenario, obviously. Quite unfortunate. Narset is so much worse than Karn here. So they kill that with a Fire Ice. And I can't really imagine a world where we win now. I mean, they get their Trinket Mage. Yep. See if they have a Ballista or just a Mox. Okay, so they do that. And now they're just going to have up counter magic for so long. I almost wanted to just concede here. I mean, yeah, this sucks. Just to have literally one land of the stage. Okay, I'm just going to concede. Like, it's not 100% over, but it's just, like, really not enjoyable to play at this point, and this format's not up for very long. I don't want to spend it just, like, sitting over here with one colorless land doing nothing. So, do we want Treachery or anything like that? I don't think so. I think we just run it back, and then maybe we just don't even play. No, I think we still should play it. Like, enabling a turn 1, like, Karn or something is so good. But it has been pretty consistently bad. Okay, this I'll keep. Not having any Moxen is a little unfortunate, but it's alright. So what I want to draw is a Mana Crypt. So then we can Tinker, or like Mystical for Tinker and get a Blightsteel. We haven't really seen good answers to Blightsteel from them. So I guess they could have Dak, which would be very unfortunate, but I think that's fine. If they don't do anything this turn, which it looks like they're not, then Remand into Narset will be a really strong line for us. Okay, that's a solid draw. Oh, I guess it is bad against Narset. They'll almost definitely pass. They have a bunch of counter magic. Oof. All right, Remand. Time Walk, that's good. If we draw Black Lotus, we could go Course of Portal into Time Walk. That would be the best situation. Mox Diamond being terrible as always. We could. Yeah, man, Mox Diamond has just been atrocious. Maybe I should just not even be playing that card. I think I'm just gonna play Narset. Hope to hit some mana with a minus. Are you kidding me? Are we playing like a really high number of creatures? That is very frustrating. That's happened twice. So they play their Narset. We did push a bunch of cards that I really don't want to draw to the bottom. There's only one land in there, and I do want to draw lands. So it is like Scry 4, if nothing else. I mean, not literally Scry 4. We wouldn't have put them all to the bottom, but I'm glad that those cards are gone. Factor Fiction. That's card draw that gets around Narset, unfortunately. Minus again. Okay, did not whiff that time. So I think we just go for it now. We can... If we take Black Lotus... Oh, but they definitely have a counterspell. They have a Factor Fiction in their hand. This is close. Should we just take the Mana Drain? Maybe. I just don't think we can really beat a counterspell here, though. Probably. I mean, Factor Fiction is going to be so good for them. Yeah, this is close. I think I should just take the Mana Drain here. And then I am going to go for a Time Walk with Mana Drain up. I kind of want them to counter this. Okay, they didn't. Mox Diamond is actually just atrocious here. So I don't even know what we're hoping to draw. Yeah, we're really in bad shape here. Wasteland. Ooh, that's actually really good. Yeah, I'm just going to Wasteland their Shelldock Isle here and then pass. We could resolve a portal, but that just does nothing against the Narset, so not too good there. Part of me wants to just put a counter on this Blast Zone end of turn, but then they can play Fact. Oh my god. Oh wait, no, that doesn't do anything with the Narset in play. Okay. Do they have a Bolt for the Narset? I'll take the draw step. Spell Pierce. That's actually a good one. We can Spell Pierce their Factor Fiction here. It's annoying playing with counter magic that your opponent knows about. Like, they're just... This Mana Drain is so much worse because they know about it. They'd probably assume we have counter magic either way, but... It is what it is. Well, okay, Probe, so that now they know everything. Oh, wait, that was a bad play, though. They don't get to draw a card. So, that seems fine to me. So we're like 99% sure they have a counterspell, like a 2 mana, either counterspell or Mana Drain. Dak Faden. Yeah, I'm gonna Mana Drain that. They'll counter this. Hopefully they don't know about the play of plussing us. If they plus targeting us, we'll be in bad shape. I mean, I guess it does help us filter a little bit. So now we're gonna get 3 mana. So we can. What would we Mystical Tutor for if we wanted to Mystical? I'm trying to think. Like, we could go get a counterspell. We could go for Counterspell or Tinker. But I think I'm just gonna untap and just take our draw step, see what we hit. Ooh, just naturally drew mana drain. That's actually perfect. So we add 3 mana. Four, 5. Oh, wait. Oh, dang it. If this Mox Diamond was a land, we could just win, basically. But now it's just terrible because we can't. Yeah, I'm just going to play the portal. I really hope they counter this. Okay, good. It doesn't do anything with an Narset in play, so I'm not going to mana drain back. This just happens. Now, hopefully they use their mana drain mana to play something really expensive, and we can mana drain them back and then get Mindslaver down. But Mindslaver honestly just doesn't do that much here, probably. Like, what does it do? 6 mana, that's quite a bit. Or 5, Bribery. Oh, that cannot happen. Really, really hope. They have an Ancestral and then 1 Unknown. Nice, okay. So now we can Mystical for something. We're going to have 5 mana. We could Mystical for Tinker, and then just play Mindslaver and Tinker it away. That's pretty funny, but I think that actually is the right line. Then they just have 2 draws to hit something. So that's the best use of, or not the best use of Mindslaver I've ever seen, but it is what it is. We could also take this card and then tuck the Narset. Oh, no, we don't have enough mana for that. Well, actually, wait. We're going to have 5 mana. We have 9. It costs 10 to do that, though. Bummer. Okay, so we'll just go for the Tinker plan. That might be just better anyways. And then they have 1 draw to hit something, or 2 draws to hit something. So 6 mana for Mindslaver. Again, if this was Chrome Mox, it would be okay in the situation, and we could just use it to tinker away, but we cannot do that. So the Ancestral to draw 1 card, and then hope to hit a counterspell. Okay, sweet. So Blightsteel Colossus. What you got? Deck's already gone. They're not playing white. Okay, sweet. Do we want to make any changes? Their deck is good. I think their deck is better than ours, probably. They have better card draw. Dak and Narset are really good. They have a lot of Moxen. So we really just need to hope to be fast. We could bring in Treachery to take, if they bribery, like bribery is just lights out against us, but we can Treachery to take back our thing that they briberied. That doesn't seem great, though. I think Revoker is good. Course of Portal is awkward, but I think still worth playing. On the draw, Mox Diamond becomes better again. I think I'm just going to cut the Blast Zone. It just seemed pretty weak, and we actually do really want blue mana. Yeah, we'll run it like this. This hand is excellent. Very, very strong. We can go turn 1 Daze, turn 2 Tinker. Daze is worse in this format with a lot of Moxen, but I think it's still good. They kept 7, all right. We could also play Stone Coil on 1 and then sack that instead of the Mox Diamond to the Tinker, but I think in this situation I'd rather just hold the Stone Coil because I want to hard cast Daze. I don't want to return a land for it. Ooh, that was an excellent draw. I'm going to discard the Scalding Tarn here. So hopefully they play anything. Literally any spell. Well, okay. Any spell that requires tapping mana. Well, against that, then the Tinker plan becomes a lot less appealing. So we're just going to pass, unfortunately. Like, if they hadn't played that, if they had no Moxen, I would still go for it because we could play Tinker with Daze up and counter their mana drain. But if they're doing this, then that won't work. If they play Fact or Fiction, yeah, I mean, we could just Daze it, returning a land. Yeah, I think I am going to do that. I mean, if we mana drain, we could Daze something next turn. Yeah, I am actually going to mana drain this. The mana is really relevant because also, even if we can't do the Tinker thing, we'll still just add a bunch of mana for the Stone Coil Serpent. Okay, Karn, yeah, we can Daze that now. And now we can untap. We'll get our mana from the thing. Oh, Corrosive Portal. That was an excellent draw. So we can go... I mean, we could just play a 7/7 Stonecoil, but I think this is better. We go cast Tinker, sacking this, grab our Blightsteel, and then even if they somehow find a way to deal with that, we have a Corrosive Portal, so we're drawing 2 cards a turn. I think that's better than playing a Stonecoil for 4. So they have one. Do they have DAC? That's really the question. Oh no! Oh, Bribery. So now it's actually bad that we have 2 Blightsteels. So we're just gonna block, and then they'll both die. Karn. Okay, so I am just going to attack here. I don't think there's much value in just holding back and letting them both stay in play. So they're indestructible, but they both have Infect, so they get a bunch of -1/1 counters. I'm going to drop this Stonecoil. The scariest thing would be a DAC here or something like that, and this has protection from DAC and can pressure it. Same with like Narset also. There's the Narset, so if they minus, we can just kill it. They don't minus. This does shut down our Coercive Portal, unfortunately, but... that's fine. And then I'm just going to play Karn and minus. I would like to be able to hold Spell Pierce, but that's not the highest priority. The Karn Plus is a form of card draw that gets around the Narset, but I still think this is better. Oh, man, are they going to... oh, Time Twister? Dang it. Oh, well, the one card we drew was a good one. But that is really bad. Man, they had, like, no cards. That's frustrating. Do they have Bribery again? Come on. That's so frustrating. So we have to find a Tinker now. Man, I really thought we were going to win this game. So we send them both at Narset because we have to kill that. I'm surprised they're killing that instead of the Stonecoil. I guess it sort of makes sense though because it can grow. So now we need to find... I mean, let's see. We could... I guess... yeah, there's no value in like going for a weird kill or anything. So we'll plus. Really, really need to hit a Tinker here. Probe, okay. I'll probe for life. Their hand is great. Jeez. Miscalc, so cycle that. Mana Drain, I mean, all good cards. We're just going to lose to this, I mean, we have a couple looks here. Another Mana Drain, jeez. So... I'm going to plus again. Well, wait, what could we Spellseeker for? I really wish we had an Ancestral. Time Walk is already gone. We could find Mystical Tutor to guarantee getting it next turn, but I don't think that's enough because they can, yeah, it really can only get Counterspells and Mystical Tutor here. But they have the Counterspell in hand, so... geez, their hand is just stacked. If we go... it's also awkward that it only has 1 toughness. I think that actually is still what we should do, though. I mean, so that would guarantee we can find Tinker next turn. So, all right, let's think of what would actually happen here. We have 5 blue, so we actually do have enough for double Mana Drain. We minus the Karn, play Mana Crypt, Spellseeker, get Mystical Tutor, and then pass the turn. They go Ancestral, we Mana Drain it, they Counterspell our Mana Drain, we Mana Drain that too, add 3 colorless mana, and then they play Factor Fiction, but they probably, and then their mana is exhausted, so we're assuming they don't have another relevant play that turn. They can actually use Shelldock next turn, which is a little bit bad. But then we pass back to ourselves. In our upkeep, Mystical, find Tinker, use Tinker, sack the Mana Crypt, get a Blightsteel, and then they have... so then it's the card they get off of the Factor Fiction and the Shelldock versus our Coercive Portal and Karn, and I think we're actually winning that game. And then the other option would be to plot. Yeah, I think that is what we should do. Yeah, there's not really another way that is better than that. Having double mana drain is nice here. We really need to avoid them getting Dak Faden with yep, so Mystical Tutor. We need to avoid them getting Dak Faden with a Shelldock plus Factor Fiction, which is, I mean, it's not unlikely that they could get it, unfortunately, but we'll see. We could also find another counterspell potentially, although with both of our mana drains in hand, like Miscalc doesn't do it. So we will counter this. Now they'll presumably counter back. If they don't, that's, I don't really know. I think that'd be okay. Actually, no, we want them to counter back. We definitely want them to counter back. Are you kidding me? No. They top decked a mana drain. Are you serious? Okay, so now we're gonna die because they still have this counterspell in hand, so they use their counterspell. Well, okay, yeah. So we're gonna get a bunch of mana, but they're just gonna have counters for days. Or actually, they have one counter. But please counterspell this, dude. You want to counterspell this? You want these cards? Oh wait, they don't actually have double blue. Oh, so now they play their Foff. Okay, upheaval is not a problem at all. Honestly, none of these cards do that much. Yeah, this was lucky for us. They're not really constrained on blue mana. I think I'm just gonna put Probe on its own. Honestly, they'll definitely. I guess we can do this. Well, upheaval is pretty good actually. Even though, yeah, they have so many Moxen, they don't have any like pressure that they can establish really. Huh? Maybe I actually don't even care about upheaval. I think I'm just going to do it like, I don't really care about any of these cards, to be honest. I think I'm just going to split it like this, though. Upheaval has a lot of potential. The thing is that Blightsteel goes back to our hand. So, that would be sort of nice. They'll probably take the 4 pile. I mean, yeah. They do. So, really the only card there that matters. I think Probe is, like, potentially even the best card. Because it draws them towards Dak. So, maybe I should have put Probe on its own. I don't know. I don't think that really mattered. Actually, I guess, yeah, that was bad. We should have put Probe on its own. Oh, what? Ice. Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding me? Jeez, they really just... that's very frustrating. We definitely should have won that game. Well, it is what it is. That's annoying. I think we would have won if they hadn't hit that, but now we have to settle for the 2-1. See you in the finals. Actually, that's not good. Edit that part out. So unfortunate that we fell there, but I still think this deck is really, really sweet, and I think we're very well set up to get that 2-1. So I'll see you in the finals. No one's gonna watch the third game if I just like really sullenly said we have to settle for a 2-1. All right, here we are for the finals against 1310 Hazard. Interesting name, lots of Z's. We are on the draw, unfortunately, but we have a good hand, so we can keep this thing. I would love to draw a Mana Crypt, so we could go turn 1 Tinker. All right, well, unfortunately, our opponent disconnected, and we never got to play the last round, so have to settle for that 2-1. Cool league. The second match was really, really close. Lots of interesting decisions. It's possible we could have made better lines and taken that win. I do think there was multiple stages where we were very favored and our opponent had not many draws, and they hit their draws a lot, so that's a little frustrating, but it is what it is. Definitely a sweet league. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.